On the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. I've been waiting on the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. On the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. I am waiting on the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. On the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. I've been waiting on the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Shout out to the Fins family all around the world. Thank you for tuning in to TDPHINSTALK, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. Once again, make sure you hit that like button on your way in the building. Y'all already know what time it is. We got to talk about Dalvin Cook revealing how much the Miami Dolphins offered him. And Tyreek Hill clears one hurdle, and there is one more to go before he is 100% in the clear. So we're going to talk about those and more. Y'all hit that like button on your way in. Shout out to the mod squad. Shout out to all the members of the channel. Thank you for your continued support. Let me put this on the screen real quick. Let me see one moment. All right. And just so you know, the Cash App is listed below. Why? Because I'm going to be honest. I didn't tell y'all earlier, but I'm debating if I want to fly to Houston for the joint practices or not. To be honest with you, I don't want to spend my own money. So if I get enough in the Cash App, I might go to Houston and cover training camp and the joint practices. Just being transparent and keeping it 100 with y'all. All right. I done spent a lot of money lately. All right. So y'all hit that like button on your way in the building once again. let's dive right into it because I don't have long. I pretty much got like 30 more minutes. You know, the wife got me on the clock since I didn't go live at 7 p.m. Which I was supposed to. But I said I'm not going to go to sleep tonight without at least, hitting these topics because tomorrow I want to start the PFF QB annual 2023 version. And, I took some time to look at it today. Now I know why no one's talking about it. Now I know why no one is talking about the PFF 2023 annual QB report. Every year, it's the big thing that a lot of people talk about, the advanced stats, all the details. And it came out last week, and I was like, man, nobody's posting screenshots of how good certain people are and this and that and how well they did. Now I know why they're not. And we're going to break that down tomorrow. We're primarily going to be looking at Tua Tagovailoa's QB annual report from PFF. And I got to be honest with you, there were a lot of strong parts for Tua in there, and there were a lot of things that were very revealing that support everything that I've been telling y'all all this time. Somebody already said in the comment section, was Tua trash? No. He wasn't trash. There's a lot of, like I said, there's a lot of positive things in the report for Tua. But there's a lot of things that I've been telling y'all for the longest that it supports. I've been in spaces, other YouTube streams, debating people about accuracy and all those things. And they're like, where's your proof? I just keep saying, wait for the 2023 PFF QB annual report to come out because it's the only thing that gives you the detailed reports of these type of things. And it's definitely telling us a lot. And now I know why people aren't talking about it. So we'll go over that. We'll start that tomorrow. Shout out to Brock. He said TD the GOAT for the facts. That's all I bring. Some people don't like it, so they, call me a hater, but that's all you can do is give facts. And let the rest of it fall where it may. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and get started. And listen, y'all do me a favor. To the people that just don't like me, can y'all just stop watching me? You don't have to come to my email, with threats and saying all kind of crazy stuff because you're mad at my opinions. Okay. Just stop. Go about your business and God bless you. Okay. Miami football talk, my homie Chache said TD, stop with the sophisticated talk. Ain't that sophisticated. It's just the words. Words have meanings. Words have meanings. I spent half the day today with people telling me, ooh, you were wrong about the Tyreek Hill situation. And I'm sitting here half the day like, what was I wrong about? And no one could tell me, but they just kept saying, you were wrong again. What was it like? What do people hear come out of my mouth? I was very clear about the Tyreek Hill situation, that this is an issue. He's going to resolve it because he's going to cut a check eventually. That's why we were shocked when we heard he offered $200. But I was the one person out here saying he's going to cut a check. If I'm him and his team, go ahead and get this out the way. Go hurry up and find that man, talk to him, cut the check, and be done with this. And that's exactly what happened today. Tyreek Hill cleared that one hurdle to avoid a civil suit because, as you heard in the report today, both lawyers made a joint statement that they are all settled or whatever, which told you it was a civil suit pretty much. And they agreed upon something. We don't know what the terms of anything was, but obviously it's been done. And we all know what that means. A check was cut. Sorry, bygones be bygones. Go about your business. And I said on this show, that's what's going to end up happening. And everyone said, told you nothing was going to happen. I didn't say anything was going to happen. But what I did say is you better watch out for Roger Goodell. Because just because You went ahead and paid it off and swept that under the rug, does not exempt you from the personal conduct policy. And as soon as Roger Goodell comes out and said there will be no consequences for Tyreek Hill's actions, until then, I am concerned about the consequences that are going to come along with something that was actually caught on tape, which will be released eventually. Y'all know how these things work. It'll be a day, it'll be like a random October 17th, and the video comes out and we all get to see it. And they're back to calling him a scumbag and all that type of stuff. And for us, it's just a matter of what is Roger Goodell gonna do? Just because he settled it and paid the man off has nothing to do with the NFL. Now, if there was no video, I would feel very good with the NFL coming out saying, based off of the evidence and our interviews at this time, we've decided to have no disciplinary action on Tyreek Hill because he paid the man. They're in agreement. The man isn't going to cooperate with the NFL after getting paid and all of that. But there's video. Goodell doesn't need the victim or anything. He just has the video. Okay. Somebody said part of NDA video goes away. That's not how it works. It was a part of a police investigation, which means it is now public. It is public record. And the NFL has already reviewed the video. This settlement situation happened yesterday or today. The NFL had already reviewed the video. So it doesn't matter for us this year anyway, because even if any consequences came, it's highly likely to be next off season. So it really doesn't matter for this year anyway. But we're still not out of the clear yet because no one was ever worried about him settling it. Eventually, who didn't know a check was going to get cut? You thought this was going to be a situation where Tyreek is going to prove his innocence and never cut a check? Who didn't know a check was going to be cut? The truth of the matter is, it really wasn't even news today. Tyreek Hill squares away his situation with the guy. That's not even news. Everybody should have known that was going to come at some point. The real news is Roger Goodell saying there will be no disciplinary action. And the district attorney saying no charges will be brought. Now, it's highly likely no charges will definitely be brought now because once they settle it, DA don't want to deal with it. Two grown men slapping and all that stuff. He broke the law, but let's move on. I believe that's what's going to happen from a criminal standpoint. Ain't nothing gonna come of it. Like I told y'all before, I don't think charges are going to be brought, but they're reviewing it. The only thing that really mattered out of anything is Roger Goodell. Roger Goodell. That's it. We didn't need a conviction or anything for Roger Goodell to act. Deshaun Watson's situation, in my opinion, could be viewed as 100 times worse. There was no conviction. Matter of fact, he was thrown out by two different district attorneys. Not even a case. And he settled, but yet still got the suspension he got. So hopefully Roger Goodell just looks at this like, man, whatever. This ain't, two grown men. I mean, it don't make it right. Don't get me wrong, but it's not a woman. It ain't, I'm not trying to be sexist or nothing like that, but I'm just saying that's, how most men think. That's how most men think. A man hitting another man. You either hold your own or you don't. But, that's neither here nor there. You still can't run around slapping people. So again, Tyreek clears one hurdle, one more to go, and that's Roger Goodell, ladies and gentlemen. And I hope that works out in his favor for the sake of this team. Dalvin Cook revealed Miami Dolphins offer. Y'all ain't heard about that? Guess how much the Dolphins offered Dalvin Cook? I don't even, if you heard it, put it in the comment section. If you ain't hear it, guess in the comment section how much they offered Dalvin Cook. Guess how much they offered. You ain't gonna believe this. You ain't gonna believe this. They offered him $0. $0. Something ain't right here. Because the person I talked to who's been very good to me and very on top of things told me that they offered this man around 5. And according to Dalvin Cook in an interview, the Jets nor the Dolphins have made an offer to him. Y'all ain't see that? His most recent interview, he literally said the Dolphins nor the Jets have even made an offer to him. Ain't even make an offer. We all off our hill. This coming out of the horse's mouth himself. But I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I got to believe him out of his own mouth. It's just, person I talked to, I ain't gonna say that. Some people get things wrong sometimes, but I just felt very confident about what I was being told. But according to him, it's just wrong. Just wrong. He said he ain't get an offer from the Dolphins nor the Jets. And now he around here talking about, he loved to play for Buffalo, especially since their running back just went down with an ACL for the year in a jet ski accident a few days ago. I don't know if y'all know that. Their running back just went down. Now he talking about, I love to go play with my brother in Buffalo, but I don't want to be the reason. I don't want to be the cause of holding him back or whatever, because, he'll start over his brother. I hit my little source up. I'm like, man, what you talking about, man? You feed me bad information. He just sent me big eyes, was like, all I can give you is what I've been given. It looked like this one was off. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. I've been reporting to y'all that the Dolphins, Ben gave him an offer too. That's what told me. I'm sorry. I was off. It happens, I guess. I'll admit it. I apologize. I was off. They didn't get a man an offer. He said the Jets nor the Dolphins offered him nothing. So I can't dispute what he say. I don't want to call him a liar. He would know better than anybody, right? Somebody said Cook misunderstood what Rich Eisen was asking. I don't know, man. I don't know. It is what it is. All I'm saying, well, I don't know. Your source is off. Yeah, I guess. Like I said, I can only go off of what Cook said. I mean, everybody wrong, because everybody's reported that, honestly. I was one of the first people to report it, but everybody's been reporting it. So it's very interesting. We around here hoopla and hoorah. They go get Cook, man. Cook, take the less money, man. We got it on the table for you. Come home. And he just around here liking tweets and all that. And there ain't no offer. He's still waiting. Oh man, it is what it is. The Dolphins offered and he accepted. They just told him not to say anything until the time comes. What they waiting on? He better hurry up. Ain't training camp starting this week? Nobody's sources are wrong yet. Yeah. You never know, man. Guys I talk to, I'm probably at like an 80% rate, which is good, but I've been burnt before. I've been burnt. Running back market have dropped tremendously. Absolutely. But it ain't nothing they could do about it. Listen, okay, again, people have to understand the cyclical flows of the NFL. First of all, the NFL is trying to phase out the running back anyway. Which is more exciting, a 10 or 15-yard pass or a 10 or 15-yard run? Now, depending on your philosophy of football, that answer could be different. But the NFL has done the research and they want more passing in the game. They want more points. I'm not going to go into a full soliloquy giving y'all, a lesson like I always try to do. But for those who are new on the channel that don't know, like certain things I tell y'all because it's a fact and I've studied this league in so many different aspects, right? So one example, the NFL did studies in the past. What many of you all may not know is that the NFL had a moment in time where they felt like they were about to be on the decline. They were about to die out. It's hard to believe, right? Let me see if anybody's in tune with what I'm saying right now. And you don't have to agree with me, but this is a fact because I read the NFL's documentary on it and a study of it pretty much. They did studies on this. Who remembers around what time the NFL had to make drastic changes so that they didn't phase out? Around what year did this happen? Does anyone remember? And I'll explain it in a moment. I just want to see if I see people close to the year, because it was like not just 1 year, it's like a 3-year stretch. Let me see if anybody can catch it. 05, 05, 06, 199. All right. So let me hit it. Let me give it to you. That's crazy. I'm asking y'all what year, but now I'm about to test y'all so y'all can tell me the year because I don't even remember the year. Around what years were the league being run by? What year did Tannehill come in? What year did Tannehill come in? I forgot. It was a few years before that when the study was conducted. Tannehill was 2012. It was somewhere around 08, 09, what I'm talking about. This was the time where you had a group of quarterbacks that were leaving the NFL. Like this large group of quarterbacks were exiting the NFL. Some of the greater quarterbacks of all time, right? Not of all time, but some of the greater quarterbacks, right? So it also goes with those contracts, how they were when people were getting the big money straight out of college and all of that. But what happened is the NFL found that they were scared that the Peyton Mannings, the Drew Breeses, now these guys played many more years after this, but they were scared these guys were going to be gone. I remember it was around the time, I don't know, but Brady got hurt. Matt Castle came in for him around those times, right? Because they saw ratings drop and they were worried about the future of the quarterback position. Because they also realized that our staple quarterbacks right now have been in the league so long and they are the faces of the league. But we're about to go through a transition and we can't find enough faces. That was the issue. The league couldn't find enough faces. Let me tell you why. You had players like you had so many quarterbacks that came in and they started busting at a higher rate. They started not making it at a higher rate. And the NFL was like, man, some teams are being held back from being good. They're continuing to get. We were one of those teams. We couldn't find a quarterback. But a lot of teams started to go through that cycle. And they were like, man, This is an issue. We're not. Where's our future? When Jordan left, you had Kobe, LeBron, D Wade, Carmelo, Chris Paul, Kevin Durant. All of these guys were coming in. We don't have that over here in the NFL. Where are these guys? And it was an ongoing situation. And they were worried about it not having the new faces of the NFL because Brady, Breeze, Rivers, Rodgers, and what's his name? Manning, they weren't forever. They knew those guys weren't forever. See, what they didn't expect was to see some of these guys reach 20 years. They didn't expect Aaron Rodgers to still be here. They didn't expect Brady to go as long as he did. Back in 2010 and stuff like that, they figured those guys had 5 years more max based off of history of the quarterback position. So they had to make a change. So they changed the rules to the game. And they continue to change the rules to the game. They made the QB position safer so quarterbacks can play longer. They stopped letting you hit the quarterback anyway. They were knick-knack calls. I remember it was one season, it was so bad, you can cough on the quarterback. I'm exaggerating, but you get my point. You can almost cough on a quarterback and a flag was thrown. They were making a statement. There was one specific season they were making a statement. Don't touch our quarterbacks. Don't mess with our quarterbacks. And from that point on, they've been protected. And people don't even notice it today. Quarterbacks are in a cupcake league today compared to 15 plus years ago. Quarterbacks have it laid compared to 15 years ago. I mean, if you look at some of the things that happened back then to quarterbacks without a flag, and you look at now, man, this is a cupcake quarterback league. All of them should be having, and people like, oh, the best stats of all times. The stats are going to keep going up. It ain't necessarily because these players are that much better, and some of them are talented, but they also have the ability to be more talented because the quarterback, if they would just allow Dan Marino to be pacified and not hit all the time and all of that, oh my God, could you imagine those guys, their stat lines? But a lot of people don't like having that conversation. They just think the quarterbacks we see today are so much more superior than the quarterbacks of the past. I'm sorry. I personally feel like some of them quarterbacks of the past have 10 times better arms than some of the best quarterbacks now. It's just the quarterbacks now have more time to throw the ball. They have less to worry about. They have better protection. They have the league not allowing them to get their head knocked off. So they play free. They play without worry. And so it's a total different league, in my opinion. Now, that was the quarterbacks, but it didn't stop there. The NFL said, not only do we need to save our game by extending the face of the league, because the quarterbacks were the face of the league and it attached the fan to the team and the player. And it made you a fan for a long time, locking onto a player. That's part of their business model. Sell the quarterback, lock the fan base onto the quarterback, make sure that they're successful in the long term, and we got fans for a long time. I mean, who better knows that than our fan base right now with Tua? So the quarterbacks are the face. But that was just one stage of helping the league grow and increase its revenue and grow in size. The next step, we need more points. More points that's pretty much going to make our quarterbacks look better and more excitement, because in today's NFL 15 years ago, you had a lot of games that ended 17-13, 17-14, 9-6. And, it was all about defense. And of course, you had some high flying scores, but it was more of a defensive lead. So they increased the scoring. How did they do that? Easy. Receivers have it easier now than they ever had. All that physicality, all of the touching, putting your hands on, and all of that, they cut all that out. They want receivers to have a more explosive opportunity to basically provide more offense. So not only do quarterbacks have it easier where they don't have to worry about as much, but they also have easier targets because it's not as physical out there. And some teams still play physical, but you have to have such immense talent to not get the calls, to not get called for a lot of the knick-knack fouls. Y'all remember them years the Dolphins would get called for any and everything. That's why we went through 40 different corners to where we had to draft Vontae Davis and Sean Smith back-to-back, and that didn't work out. We had Brent Grimes. We had, it's so many different, we were trying to figure out those positions. Because at the quarterback position, in the wide receiver position, it was too easy. And that's when the NFL also shifted to teams investing more in the cornerback position. And y'all can see that today. The cornerback position is a big investment for teams. You can see it. So they made it easier for the quarterbacks. They said we need to lock fans in and we need more scoring because it excites the game more. There's more cheering in the game with more scoring. Every time someone scores, the fans go crazy and they love it. So we're not having them love it when there's 9 to 6 point games. So we need to increase the excitement around the game. And these rule changes aren't just for safety, ladies and gentlemen. They're also for the sake of the NFL locking fans in and making more money. I literally they put out a whole documentary about all of this. These are the shifts and the changes they made in the league. So right now, the running back position is getting phased out. Yeah, I mean, when you really look at it, how many teams truly run the ball like they used to? How many teams truly run the ball like the NFL used to? It is a passing league now. So the money goes to receivers and corners. Where do you think the running backs' money's gone? A top receiver in the NFL used to make, oh my gosh, he just got a $14 to $16 million contract. Ooh, a wide receiver, running back, oh my gosh, $11 million. Where you think it's gone? They done took 75% of the running back money and thrown it on the receiver money. Because that's where the league is gone now. Receivers getting $30 million. You think they quarterbacks? Let's be honest. Whoever thought we'd be looking at $30 million receivers just 3 years ago? Just 3 years ago. Who would have said 3 years from now we're going to have $30 million receivers? You don't see that coming. Best case scenario, you would think, man, he just got $22 million at the receiver position. He paid. No, they got threes up there now. And that's all the running back and tight end money. Running back and tight end money. They taking it. And usually there's cycles. Okay, these 5 years is a receiver cycle. Oh, now everybody's trying to get a good running back. We're back to the running back cycle. I'm sorry. I don't think the NFL will ever recover now. I don't think this cycle will ever return to the running backs. You know why? I always say out this story. I blame one man. I blame one man. And he did the whole study, a 10-year study on the running back position. There's one general manager who did a 10-year study on the running back position. And he has officially proved his point, and the rest of the NFL is taking the rest of the NFL throwing their hands up and say, I got it. You were right. I got it. You were right. I'm not spending money on running backs anymore. One general manager / owner. Y'all know who that was. Put it in the comment section. I'm going to get to your super chats. Put it in the comment section. G Money said A-Chain gonna go off for y'all, but we got the best running back, the Browns. Jet 17-0 and winning Super Bowl TD. Sorry, man. Love you though. We the people, it ain't happening. Tua, concussion lower. Oh Lord, hater. Jerry Jones did a 10-year study in the NFL, and he has proven his point, and I don't think we will ever, from this point on, go back to seeing running backs making anything over probably $10 million plus. You're going to always have, one or two teams a year that do it, but they're just going against the grain. But the majority of the NFL, it's over. Jerry Jones did a 10-year study. He showed you every scenario. I got a top offensive line with a no-name running back. They now one of the best running backs in the league. It's time for them to get paid. Trade them. Whole fan base. Why would you trade a star running back? Jerry Jones said, shut up. He literally, like this man said in an interview, I promise you, I am not lying to y'all. On camera, on mic, in an interview, he told his own fan base, shut up. A Mack truck can run through this line. They said, what do you say to the fans that are upset about you trading away one of the best running backs in the NFL? Well, I say to them, you know how he talk. Shut up. A Mack truck can run through this line. So what he went and do? He went and got another running back who wasn't as good as they were until they ran on that behind that O-line. And they were making Pro Bowls. What did he do after that? He drafted a running back and got rid of that one. They like, you got rid of another one. And he said it on camera again. Shut up. A Mack truck can run through this line. And what happened? Ezekiel Elliott, nobody knew who he was, ran through that line, Pro Bowls, all pros, and all that crap. And what happened? For the first time, he said, I done proved to you anything can run through a great line. Now, let me pay the running back the money as this old line's getting older. And that was a big mistake paying Ezekiel Elliott. That was a big mistake paying Ezekiel Elliott, because I remember a few years ago I told y'all Jerry Jones ain't paying Ezekiel Elliott. He don't do that. Jerry Jones don't believe in paying running backs. A Mack truck can run through his lines. And for the first time, remember, they waited to the very last minute to pay him because Jerry Jones ain't want to pay him. But he was such a, him and Dak came in together, and they were so huge in Dallas. He couldn't pass on that money. Salvation Army bucket, eat Zeke, eat. It was just marketing. It was a big marketing ploy. I got to re-sign him. He making me so much money. Zeke was making all that money. Jerseys, this, that, this. He was making Jerry Jones 50 times more than he signed him for. So that's why he signed him. And sure enough, he signed him, and what happened? That situation under Ezekiel Elliott's contract has been a disaster. And what happened? They get another no-name in Tony Pollard, and he's the better running back now. He's the better running back now. And the whole NFL saw that. The entire NFL saw that. The entire NFL also realized you don't want to be dependent on a high-paid running back because they're one person, and if they go down, your whole offense is shot. Tennessee shows you that. New York with the Saquon Barkley situation, all of those, they show you that. It just ain't worth it. So instead of paying that 15 plus million to the running back, we can go get us a few $3 million backs, get two of them, and behind a good old line, the numbers ain't gonna be catastrophic. It ain't gonna be that big of a difference. Matter of fact, we're gonna make an average person look really good. So, and they get to save that $8, $9, or $10 million a year and throw it at another receiver or something. Throw it at another position. I don't think it's ever coming back. And like I said, you're always going to have that one or two teams paying big money to a running back, but they're going against the grain. They're going against the grain. So it's a wrap in my opinion. As far as the big money days for running backs, it is what it is. In today's NFL, you got to look for the future. It's the A chains of the world, the speed backs where they could also flex out at receiver. They could run multiple routes. They could do all that. You don't know what personnel on the field. You think as a running back, they go flex out. Now they spread. You know, all of that. The versatility. So, but I will say this, man. The dynamic of the money is changing at too fast of a rate. Quarterbacks too. You think quarterbacks will be making $35 million like 7 years ago? You think quarterbacks will be in the 35, maybe touching 40 range. Now we're over 50. Certain positions is happening at such accelerated rate. Y'all have to understand, even the old linemen numbers have been down. In the past, a left tackle makes more than a receiver. Not anymore. Not anymore. Left tackles used to make more than receivers. Not anymore. Where's the money in the NFL? Quarterback, wide receiver, cornerback, then left tackle. And it can vary from there depending on the team's makeup. NFL should make running backs count for half of the cap. That ain't never happening. That ain't never happening. Tyreek is cleared. Move on, Joker. Well, you can't argue with people. I don't honestly, like, what's wrong with some people? What is he cleared of? What did he get cleared of? I don't understand what people are talking about. Like, I gotta be honest with y'all. Sometimes I'll leave it alone. He ain't cleared. He settled his civil part of it. We're hoping he's cleared. We got to see what Roger Goodell wants to decide to do. TD only read one of my 3 super chats. That's not true. I read the Jets 17-0 winning the Super Bowl. TD, sorry man, love you. I read Tua concussion Aloha, and you're still my favorite Fin fan. TD, LOL. That's the one I didn't read though, but I appreciate it. I just saw it. He settled what innocent people do. Cleared from some innocent fans calling 2-game suspension. Cleared. Well, I don't know what. I don't think I'm hoping Roger Goodell don't do anything, but he ain't clear from that. We don't know what Roger Goodell is going to do. I'm just worried about the fact that there was video. If there was no video, Roger Goodell wasn't going to do anything in this situation. But there's video. He don't need the person to cooperate. There's video. He violated the personal conduct policy. So maybe it'll be just a little fine. Or maybe Goodell says, this nothing. I don't care about it. We'll see. All right. I hope Roger sit on his thumbs with this one. Yeah, I hope so too. I hope so too. Have you seen the video, TD? No, I ain't seen it. Y'all, I don't think it's out. I mean, y'all know how these things work. It's gonna be a random day in October where it's finally released. It's the police. They're gonna at some point they'll be required to release it to the public because as soon as you make the police involved, it's public at that point. So at some point they're gonna be required to release the findings unless they can get a judge um to lock it down. But yeah, this is how TMZ always gets it. They just throw the money and say, "Hey, let me get that." They'll get it eventually. It's just a matter of time. It's not out because it don't exist. Some of y'all just be talking the talk. Police said they reviewed the footage, and the NFL said they reviewed the footage as well. This is already documented. I just got off work, and it's good to see you, TD. Thank you, Finland P. Appreciate you, man. Hope you had a good day, bro. Hope you had a good day. Unless Hill is suspended week 12 and 15, I don't care. He ain't get suspended this year. Even if he was to get suspended, it'll come down next offseason. These things don't work that fast. The season will be over before Goodell decides whether or not he want to do anything. TD, can you give us a patented Allen rant? LMAFL. Man, I'm be honest. I don't want to waste my energy tonight. I got you another day, but I ain't waste my energy on that bum. I mean, you know what? I can't wait till we go over the QB annual. That way we can review how he did too. Because we can look at all the quarterbacks. I got the QB annual. I bet the guy can now buy one of those boats Tyreek was talking about. Maybe. I say the same thing TD says. Is he ignorant too? I've been called everything. It is what it is. TD, see you week 1 at MetLife. Everyone will start the season 0-1, but us. Man, Jetson. Listen. I ain't gonna front with you. I ain't gonna lie to you. I've been watching y'all little training camp videos. Y'all gonna be good this year. Y'all will win 6 games. Nah, but y'all will be good this year. Aaron Rodgers out there having fun. He ain't lost nothing, man. He out there slinging the rock. I ain't gonna lie. He actually got a little bounce to himself. He acting like he Mahomes out there now. I've been watching the little footage. I've been watching the footage. They're pretty. I mean, y'all boys doing a little something. Y'all look like y'all got something cooking. But time will tell. Still ain't better than us though. I ain't gonna lie. I can't wait for these games. Oh, I can't wait for these games. Do y'all realize we either go win a Super Bowl or everything I told you that could happen go happen? It's one or the other. We either gonna ball out, win by 14, 15 games and win a Super Bowl, or all the things I was worried about happen. It's one or the other. It's one or the other. So I can't wait to play against other great teams and see how we truly stack up. I can't wait. I cannot wait. TD, what would your ideal pickup free agent be before training camp? Anybody who's good on the O line. Ain't no ideal. Just anybody who because there's some starters still sitting out there at home. Hopefully we bring them in. TD, this season is gonna be absolutely insane, my guy. I can't wait, man. You and me both. You and me both. Okay. So anyway, there's duty calls. I gotta actually run now, guys. I was supposed to go live to 11:15. Y'all know I always go over. But tomorrow, y'all come through because we're gonna start the QB annual. PFF QB annual report. Tons to go over. Tons to go over. Can't wait till we go over this accuracy. This ain't TD making nothing up. The report is out. The detailed report is out. We're gonna go over all of it. There's a lot of good things to be proud of with our quarterback and some things that are very telling. But we're gonna hit that tomorrow. Okay. What time? We might start around 10 a.m. and then we're gonna have another evening show, hopefully around 7. Unless something come up. So we'll start around 10 a.m. unless there's some breaking news in the morning. I'll push it to the evening. I like the evening time. I really wish we could do it around 6 or 7 because if I can, that'll be ideal. Yeah, it's on TD time. 6 kids, house full of kids. Yeah, it's on my time. This year, I'm gonna try to be more time oriented when most of the kids go to school. I'm gonna try to have some set time. So I keep you updated on that. Anyway, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Fins up no matter what. Again, if you want to donate to the training camp fund, Cash App is below. Hit the like button. Let your friends and family members know about the channel as well. Thank y'all so much. As always, fins up. Peace. I'm out.